Hello, everyone. It's been a great week of wrestling. I'm Dante Suave. This is Wrestling Kingdom, and this is my host, Tasha Jones. What's going on?
And the snow.
Yeah. I went outside earlier, ended up with snow in my hoodie pockets, trying to clear off my car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got Elijah was supposed to have theater today, but they were like, nope.
Yeah, that that play that they were doing down at the Aronoff got canceled. My friend canceled his second day for his birthday concert. That was supposed to
Yeah.
be it was supposed to be Friday and Saturday. He hung out, but he canceled the actual concert part of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, but with that, let's get started. It starts off with Raw. Gunther comes out and
Hmm.
he's feeling high off his victory over Cena and AJ. Uh, probably one of the few times. Actually, I want to say this is the first time I've ever personally seen him cheat.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I was
I've
like,
never seen him cheat.
no, is now he's had like goons, like Ludwig um and and um no, Jesus, it's been so long. What was his last name he went by?
Oh, Benchy.
Yeah, Vinci. So so yeah, that did kind of take away from it a little bit for me.
Hmm.
Because that was what I respected about him. It was like he was a heel and he beat you straight up.
Hmm.
And to me, that's more demoralizing because if you cheat or take a shortcut, then that leaves an excuse on why they lost. If you beat them straight up, then that to me is more demoralizing mentally than you taking a shortcut.
Hmm.
So because it's like, well, is there another way I could have beat him? Like, nah, he beat you straight up. It was one on one. There was no outside interference. Nobody got up on the apron. Nobody did anything. He just
Yeah.
literally got you in the middle of the ring and he beat you unmercifully. It
Yeah.
was it was the only way you could have avoided it was not being in the match at all, which again, that's demoralizing,
Hmm.
to the human mind. So,
Right.
obviously, AJ came down and he challenged him to a match at the Rumble, which Gunther said no at first, but then he said, you know what? Since you want this match so bad, I'll tell you what. I'll give you something if you give me something. He's like,
Hmm.
anything. Like
Hmm.
your career. And it's like, oh, that.
Hmm.
It's like, okay. So
I was like,
AJ,
no.
yeah, AJ decided he needed to it was probably a good idea for him to go ahead and think on that.
Yeah. Discuss with the wifey and
Yeah. Eventually, he ended up running into Pierce, who again, Pierce was trying to be like, "Hey, dude, I like having you around.
mm,
Can let's not do this." And AJ, he knows he wants Gunther, and he knows what he has to do, but he knows he needs to speak to somebody, and it wasn't going to be Pierce, like you said, it was going to be his wife.
mhm.
Um,
I don't think he's gonna like. I think he's gonna retire from in ring, but not like I think he'll be like a backstage person. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that wouldn't shock me. That wouldn't shock me at all. Something that would leave him open to maybe being at home more.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, you know,
So he can be with his kids.
yeah. So yeah, it makes sense. Plus, you can't. It is getting to the point to where he's getting to do less and less and less of what made him phenomenal. So
Yeah.
at that point, that's another reason to go, hey, I can't do this like I used to.
Yeah. I mean,
Let's go ahead and
yeah,
just kind of ease it back.
he's
Let's keep
48.
yeah. And there's more to life, especially when you got kids and family. There's more to life than
Hmm.
than the job.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. and that takes us to the it took them long enough to prove me right. I was like, what? I said that months ago when we first found out that she was training. I was like, yeah, Natalia wants
Remember you?
titles.
Yeah,
Natalia, the only thing that made it not make sense was why they decided not to have the title involved in it, because that would have made total that would have made it make more sense without you having to really come up with much of a storyline, because that was the whole reason that I said, I'm like, she has this title. She's with Natalia. Natalia's gonna turn on her to get at
yeah,
that
that's
title.
what I thought. Yeah.
And they felt what I was thinking, and they decided, no, we're gonna do what you said, but we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna take the title out of it. And to me, why is it that they'll push Natalia, but more often than not, they make sure that no titles are involved?
I don't know. I don't know.
Um, you know, I
But as soon as she asked her, like, I want you to be at ringside with me, and I was like, "Yeah, she about to, she about to go ham on her."
yeah, and it's like no, mm, yeah, like I said, I figured it was gonna come, especially after she got that title. It's like okay, she got the
Yeah,
title.
that's what I thought the title was gonna be about. Yeah.
Natty's definitely gonna turn on her, because Natty, every time a title's involved, anybody that know Natty, she gonna turn on whoever her friend is, because she want that title. That title is more important than friendship.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. They have the match. Everything seems to be starts to go well for Maxine, and then it happens. She goes to pin Becky, and it was like my eyes were like, grab her leg. Go ahead and grab her leg.
Yep.
Yep,
Yep.
yep. You
Because
want to
she was
do
close
it.
to that rope. Yep.
Go ahead and grab her leg. And she grabbed her leg, and Maxine looked at her like, what?
Why did you do that? Why? Girl, you know.
So it'll I'm sure it's to help her character development. Oh. But I still say the title should have been involved. So so that she continued to attack her after the match,
Mm-hmm.
and then we go over to Braun Breaker Pierce recap. Re,
Yeah.
and like you said, like we were talking about, Pierce tries to talk to AJ. He says he has to talk to his wife. Paul arrives, feeling all smug, trying to figure out why Pierce is so happy about everything.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some ways that I feel like there's some things that could have happened, that could have made it to where it would have made it like really get under Paul's skin, to make him really have to have to really get Paul Heyman and cunning. And I feel like they're not doing it, and to like really make it a war between Pierce and uh and Paul.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And hopefully they get around to doing what I'm thinking, but with everything being what it is, probably won't happen. And because what I've been thinking is yeah, what Paul is thinking about him being punished or whatever, it becomes a thing. But what Paul doesn't see coming is, well, yeah, he got punished, but y'all been doing what y'all been doing. So if he gets punished, you get punished. Kind of like this what smart parents do in their house. You got two of your kids or three of your kids or four of your kids, and they always fighting.
Hmm.
And they always run into you. It's like, okay, I'm gonna take care of this, but if I take care of this, according to the way I heard the story, I'm punishing you. Everybody can get it because everybody had a spot of wrong in the situation. Now,
Hmm.
you sure you want me to handle it, or y'all will handle
Right.
it? And that could be a way to kind of since since Triple H got pulled in anyway. That could be a way for them to do that and make it interesting, in my opinion. But
Hmm.
so so the Paul ends up finding out why he's happy because he had some bad news for him when it came to the six-man tag. And Paul was in fact not happy, which really made Pierce very happy. So then they had the Punk Finn build up.
Hmm.
It's unfair. 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 And I'll get to what I'm talking about when we actually get to that match, the Punk Finn match. Because me and you talked about it a little bit on Monday, and I actually talked about it a little bit with another friend of mine that she may not be into wrestling anymore because she never responded. Not that I remember anyway. Um, so yeah. Raquel is happy with what she did to Stephanie for care, which to me, it it taints it. I get the overall premise of making it easier for you, but in the grand scheme of competitiveness, I don't get why people think, oh, well, yeah, this is a good thing. No, actually, it's not. It's cool if you're doing it on a video game. You're not,
Hmm.
I mean, it's a video game. Who cares? But in the actual spirit of competition, no, I don't want you hurt. I've actually respected the guys that have been like, no, nothing's happening to you because I don't want any excuses
I
when,
want you at 100%. Yeah.
yes, that to me, in actual competition, competitiveness, that would actually be better.
Hmm.
Because again, as we were talking about earlier, same thing with Gunther, is like it takes away the excuses. It's like you don't have any excuses. You were at 100%. You gave me
Hmm.
your all. I beat you at your best.
Hmm.
No outside interference, nobody jumping up as a distraction, nothing. Just me and you one on one.
Hmm.
The only time a weapon or a low blow comes in is if you decide you want a street fight. Okay, you want a street fight, you want something no DQ. Okay, then we can pivot. Other than that, I want you one on one. I want you at 100% because I'm going to beat you.
Hmm.
Um, sometimes it doesn't always take that, and I'll get to what I'm talking about, because it's actually on another show. Um, but that takes us to the six-man tag. And I gotta start paying attention to these masks because I don't be paying attention to the mask when I'll be writing everybody down and then I'll be like, oh, that's not who that is. Oh, and then I have to change the name. I gotta be more mindful. So, but so match happens. The match is going down. everything is crispy, everything is entertaining. There's the one-sidedness for 1 minute, then there's the, ooh, I'm the hero, you can't keep me down. Ah! Okay. Um, was there anything that you noticed, uh, like in terms of like miscues or anything like that? Because I'm pretty sure there was some miscues, but now that I think about it, I can't remember what matches they were in. There was a couple of miscues. There might have been one, I want to say during the Punk match, during Punk and Finn.
Think so.
But
But I'm
but
probably was looking at my phone and
yeah, what did you think of the match with the Vision and uh Ray and Penta and Dragon Lee?
I thought it was good. Um, I'm just glad that they got a win. So,
Ironic the way it happened.
mhm.
Obviously it's gonna continue the storyline. Um, and Pierce is gonna get blamed. It's like you let them cheat. It's like, how did I let them cheat? I
You
wasn't.
the one that pulled out that daggone those knocks.
And that's and the accountability phase of it. Um, well, that's got to be awkward. Anyway, so and you knew it was gonna happen.
Mhm.
It was like Pierce gets the Nux, and then Paul comes and confronts him. It's like,
Yeah.
wait
Oh,
for it.
that broom mic fell, so it sounded like his hay was like a little louder than normal.
Yeah, yeah, just a little bit. Um, kind of hard to keep everything in focus and just right, and everybody's moving. You trying to focus in on how far away to keep it and stuff like that, and things happen. Things happen. So but bottom line, Adam ends up arguing with Adam ends up arguing with Paul, and he leaves the Nux, and naturally they're gonna get used.
Yeah. Where
And
you find it?
everybody uses the excuse mobile. It was like, oh well, I mean, I didn't introduce them. I mean, you did. Eh, Since you wanted to use them, I used them.
Yay.
You know. So
They say all fair and love and war.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because all you need is that excuse. It's like, oh well, who left these here? Huh.
Hmm.
Hmm. Oh. It was like, how you gonna use them on me? I'm like, well, you were gonna use them on me. Well, that's not the point. No, that's exactly the point, actually.
Yeah.
So, so CM Punk does an interview about Finn, and obviously CM Punk is CM Punk, and but there was a lot of respect attached to it. He wasn't disrespectful about the situation, but yet at the same time he wanted to make sure that it was, understood that at the end of the day he was walking out the champion because he is CM Punk and he is the best in the world.
Mm,
Which, speaking of that phrase, obviously, there's something else that I want to talk about that happened, something that actually happened on the internet that I found hilarious.
mm,
But we will get to the show that it happened on before we will discuss it, and I'm sure you know what and who I'm talking about. So, Pierce and Paul continue to go at it, and when Paul brings up Pierce not having a job, and Pierce was like, "Are you threatening me?" It's like, "No, I'm not threatening you, but you might want to answer that phone call," as his phone rings, and as soon as Pierce answers, his face kind of loses its color. And he kind of feels
Mm-hmm.
he's like, oh God.
Mm-hmm.
So uh Rio hits the ring. They have a message to Liv and Roxanne. And then they talk about what they're gonna do in the Royal Rumble after their victory, which that
Mm-hmm.
makes it all that does always make it interesting, doesn't it? That it's like, hey, we're a team, we're a team, we're a team. Hey, Royal Rumble's coming. Um, we're gonna be in it. Somebody's getting a title shot. That could make friends enemies very quickly. I love the irony of that part, whether it be Rhea and Io,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be Roxanne and Liv, because at the end of the day, uh, even if Raquel ends up, well, no, she can't end up in it because she's gonna be, well, she could.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on the rules that they want to make at the time. So we'll see what the rules are like next week as to whether or not she'll be allowed to be in it or whether
Mm-hmm.
she'll take somebody's spot, like has also been done before. So, but yeah, Liv Liv and Roxanne come down to let them know that they are losing those titles at night's main event.
Sure they
And
are.
and obviously Rio was not feeling all that when all of a sudden uh, the the ace in the hole, the Joker, better known as Raquel, comes down.
Mm-hmm.
And she helps Roxanne and Liv give them a nice thorough beatdown.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think that they're changing their mind about breaking up the Judgment Day at this point?
Mm. How much longer do we have to deal with this?
Well,
I just,
till
I, I just don't know
un,
how much longer we have to deal with it.
until we're gonna have to deal with it until they decide, okay, there's no easy way for us to break them up. So we're gonna do them like we did Waller and Theory and just say, hey, by the way, they broke up, everybody. It's like, yeah,
Mhm.
how did it happen? Austin Theory's not even there. It's like, doesn't matter. They're broke up. It's okay. And
I don't know, but all I know is it's time. I think they lost their swag.
yeah, and this whole now you bringing in another person, and then oh yeah, we can actually talk about this one since we're talking about the Judgment Day. There was somebody online that feels that Dom getting hurt is hurting Raw's mid card.
Santi, I saw it.
Agree or disagree?
I agree to an extent, um, due to he's kind of getting popular. So, um, yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Hmm. Um, I can see why it might get said, but the reason why I disagree is because of the fact that they're doing too much. They're doing too much, and there's too many like massive storylines that are taking up the shows. I don't care if you make them 2 hours. I don't care if you make them 3 hours. The whole thing with Division, it's too huge. It's too huge to where you're not having to like literally build that storyline throughout the amount of hours so that you can't stick in other stuff and other matches and battles. You can make it for a quick second, but then you got to make the match for next week so that you can and then the next week somebody else is probably getting moved out so that you can move that new match in because you still got to continue with that main storyline that's so huge and massive. This is a problem that has been a problem for ages. And
Mm,
and it's just and it's hard to especially when you're the WWE and you're about the entertainment aspect. It's easier for AEW and TNA not to have to go through it because they build like smaller storylines and involve more people in
hmm
separate storylines. So it doesn't seem as entertaining because you don't have as big of a storyline wrapped up in most of the show, to me anyway. So now Bailey is sitting in the back and she's kind of feeling unsure. So her and Lyra are talking and they're Lyra kind of senses what's going on in her head. So she just asked her plainly, like, "Hey, what's going on? Are you feeling like we're not going to be able to do this?" And then Bailey's like, "Well, no, we can do this." It's like, "What are you talking about, idiot? We got this." It's like you got this. I got this. We're going to come into 2026 and this is our year. And
mm,
they get all excited and that leads us to El Grande versus Javon.
mm.
Match wasn't actually able to take place because
Yeah,
not too
'cause
long after the match started, Javon got hurt.
and they said he was on a concussion protocol, but he's fine now.
Yeah, it was looking like it was a serious injury though, because
Yeah,
when they took him out, when they took him out, it was he had his hand like up here, so I'm like,
yeah,
did his shoulder get dislocated, or
yeah.
is that
That's
a
what I thought too.
or is that
Yeah,
a broken clavicle?
yeah,
It's
that's what I
it's
thought.
it's where he had his hand at. It's like can't be sure what pain he's feeling.
Get out.
So so yeah,
Yeah.
that takes us to the Finn interview about his match with Punk, and Finn, questions whether Punk is really if Punk is really ready. It like is he ready? Is he ready for Finn? Is he overlooking Finn? What we doing? And that takes us to our I'm guessing he's a free agent. I'm
Who
guessing
is?
I'm guessing Oba's gonna be a free agent because they did a vignette on Raw and they ended up doing a vignette on SmackDown.
Well,
It's
right
like,
now he is a free agent. However, I'm trying to think of where he is most needed. And since I don't know. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Since they put SmackDown at 3 hours, should he go to Raw? Because all they got from Raw is Javon Evans. And SmackDown got Trick Jordan and Who else was it? Was it Trick Jordan? It wasn't it somebody else who got
Mm,
called up? Maybe it was just Trick and Jordan. But yeah.
it was Oba, Trick, Jordan.
Yeah, but Trick and Jordan is on SmackDown. So I'm thinking that Javon and Oba should go to Raw. Well,
Yeah, those
Javon
were
and
the
Raw.
four.
Yeah.
It was Javon, Trick, Jordan. Mm, yeah, and Oba.
Hmm.
So, hmm. So the Vision, stopped to talk to Pierce, and Pierce invites Braun to talk, and Heyman warns him, you know, better watch your temper next week. Then AJ walks up to after his talk with his wife and says that she told AJ to go to the Rumble and kick his
Kick his
butt.
ass. Yeah, kick his ass.
So, so they
He
did
said
a
my wife. He said my wife never said cuss words. I've been married her for 25 years. She said kick his ass.
Asuka's upset with Kyrie, delving back into the whole friend bully, friend slash
Hmm.
bully storyline.
Hmm.
And Kyrie promises to help Asuka win the Rumble. And Asuka warns her not to fail this time. And that takes us to the main event.
Hmm.
I want him back.
That was a good main event.
That was a good main event. And I want, no offense to the Prince, I want Finn back.
He
I
came out
I
to his old music and
Yes, he came out.
everything. Yeah.
The only thing we need, let's lose the thing with the whole Prince thing. No offense to the Prince.
I thought he
But
was already the prince before he even got in judgment. He was a prince in New Japan, wasn't he?
I believe so. But the fan that I came to know, he was very egotistical.
Yeah.
He came out to the ring to that awesome music,
Hmm.
and he was like a conductor. He
Oh
got
yeah,
every
he did kind of miss his spot
yeah.
at the beginning. He's like, I can't hear the music.
Yeah, I immediately started. I immediately got excited. I was in the middle of watching other stuff, and that music hit, and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, it's like, yeah.
Mhm.
There's certain entrance themes that I am like a die hard fan of.
Mhm.
Shinsuke, his original. Um, the I love Randy's entrance music more for the lyrics.
The,
Sh
the one he uses now?
yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I like both.
Sheamus's, they
I
need to
like
let,
both of I like both of CM Punk's.
um, I don't remember his other one, but I'm cool with the cult of personality.
Yeah. That
So,
I think that became him. So that's why it's like, okay. But that other one,
and the
that
way
fire
he,
burns.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, they also used that for Kane. And that's why I got confused why I was listening to an old WWE.
They used it for Randy Orton one time before he got the other one. That
Yeah,
hey, nothing you can say. But they use that CM
that
Punk
one
song.
was another one. His
Yeah.
current one and that one, those two were cool. For
Hmm.
Randy.
Yeah.
But uh um I was Braze, the original,
Oh my God. Yeah.
the original one for Bray. Love that
Held
one.
too
Love,
tight.
yeah, yes. And then then everybody got their phones out and they're just waving them
Hmm.
around, so it
Yeah.
looks like fireflies. That and that's why I got mad at your Jay. I was like, I don't care whose idea it was, give it back.
Well, he did. He. To be fair, he did not ask for it.
Yes, I know. It's like that, and that's why I said, even when we were talking about it real time, I was like, I don't care whose idea it was, give it back. It's like no, that does not fit him. It's not for him. It does not fit.
And luckily, it was just that one time. So.
Yeah, because people were, and I'm sure it was because people were asking about it, like, okay, whose idea was this?
Hmm.
And I wasn't the only one that said something like, is he joining the Wyatt
Yeah.
family? If he's not joining the Wyatt family, give it back.
But they use it now for both. So.
Yeah, and oh yeah, yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Yeah. Anyway, CM Punk, Finn Balor, yeah, shocker, great match.
Great
Um,
match. Great match.
but yeah, the him coming out to the original music. I wish he would have been able to hear everything because I wanted
Hmm.
to see him come back and go full blown
Hmm.
and do it. Which my question is this: it's like, has that always been an issue where you couldn't hear the music, or was that a just for that particular
I
episode and
think
the venue?
I think that the crowd was so loud because they were in his home country.
Mm.
So that might be it. I don't know.
Yeah. So, but with that, we move on to NXT, NXT, NXT. Ava starts the show by telling security to be on the lookout for Tony D'Angelo.
Hmm.
And do you have an idea who this Fleo LaFleur is, just in case
No.
he's okay?
Mm-mm.
Uh, he gets his title shot against Ethan. It ends with a cheat. And but overall it was a good match for what was, which I mean you can't really be completely surprised because of the fact that Ethan is a great wrestler. So I don't know much about
Yeah.
Fleo.
I I would have thought they would have. Well, I guess not because they need people. Because they're trying to build new stars. So I can't just get rid of like Ricky Starks and Ethan Page. You know. That's probably why Tony D'Angelo is still down there.
Huh. All right.
Where she do a promo or something.
Okay, is his name Elio or Fleo?
I don't know. I just know he French, a French luchador.
Okay. Yeah, because I put in Fleo and for some odd reason the internet thought I meant Elio.
Oh,
But Yeah, yeah, even on the Instagram for some odd reason, there are some clips that seem to have his name marked Elio and not Fleo.
Hmm.
That's
It
weird.
might be. I don't know. Like I said, I just know he's a French luchador.
But anyway, he had a really good match with he had a really good match with Ethan Page,
Hmm.
and uh and Ethan won via pulling the tights.
Hmm.
Ricky Saints comes out trying to bond with Ethan Page, which if that happens, NXT will be under siege for a while.
Hmm.
Uh, um, and then they do a Keanu Carver recap, and during Cam Hendricks's trying to cut a promo and speak to the universe, Keanu Carver is seen coming out of Sean's office, very upset
Yeah.
that he has to do an interview.
Yeah.
Um, Booker T is upset because he's even on NXT. Because
He like no comment, no comment.
right, right. So well, yeah, you don't want to get pulled into the office, like you know.
Hmm.
So Shiloh versus Briggs. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. Um, I believe that match was one of the matches that they might have had like a minor miscue, and uh, also I was shocked that they let Shiloh win. So
Yeah.
do you think that they let him win because the front office, mainly Sean, is kind of hearing the NXT universe, and they're going to try to figure out what they can do with Josh Briggs, or what you're thinking?
I don't know. I'm thinking it's one, he's putting over the new talent, but also I think I don't know, maybe he needs a character change.
Yeah, but
Josh
he's
Britt.
already had that. That's how he ended up going heel.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
really don't know what they're doing with them.
Yeah, it's definitely clear that they're trying to continue the push, but they're trying to continue to push him. That much is clear. But the audience is just, I don't know who he pissed off, but the audience has been off him for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know
So
what it is.
so all right. So after the match, everybody's been trying to figure out what's going on with Tony D'Angelo, because
Hmm.
he doesn't seem to have a filter as to who can get it and who's safe. So other than Ricky Saints, he did not attack Ricky Saints.
Mm-mm. But he was looking at him like, you say something else.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He looked at him twice, but he didn't attack him either one of the times that he came out. So that is interesting to me. I want to
Hmm.
know how that's gonna play out. So all right, so Soul and Zarya talk, and Zarya admits that she's hurt and tells Soul not to blame her if they lose. What's your feelings on what's going on? What's going on with that situation? Do you feel like they're dragging it out? To me, they're dragging it out, and I want to know why.
Yeah.
Do you feel like they're going to be able to win those TNT titles?
Yeah, I don't know because she Zaria is kind of side eyeing her a little bit too much for me.
Yeah, but at the same time, Soul is doing the same thing sometimes,
That's true. That's true.
and it's they're both like
Hmm.
taking turns doing it.
Eek. I don't know. I can't call it.
Yeah, the only thing that's clear to me is that they're dragging it out.
That's true.
It's so. And then that takes us to the next match. Um, the Vanity Project. What have you seen anything about why we haven't really discussed it, but um and I didn't even notice it. I was shocked that I didn't notice it. Do you have you seen anything or have you even been interested enough to look? I know you didn't know much about them because you didn't watch Evolve, but have you heard anything about why they cut Zeta Steel?
Wait a minute.
Not
What?
Tyra May Steel. Not
I
Tyra.
know. I know who you're talking about. I'm just trying to think. Like, didn't ain't she in another
Yeah,
company?
she on AEW.
Yeah. Okay, that's where I see. Okay, I'm trying to remember have I heard anything. I think I did, and I don't really know. Hmm.
Yeah, because that was
I
weird.
remember that because when you said her name, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, and she got to keep her name.
Yeah.
So
I I
it
I
shocked me
wonder.
a couple of weeks ago when she popped up on there. She popped up on there with Skyflight, and I'm like, wait,
Yes,
what?
that's what I was like. When you
I'm
said
like,
her name, I was like, wait a minute, ain't she on AEW? Okay. I don't know. I think I read something about it though. I just can't remember why they cut her. I cannot remember. Probably their little budget cuts. So I don't know.
oh, that was a her decision.
Oh, okay. The same like with Jasmine Nix.
Yeah, according to what I'm seeing, according to Ringside News, she decided not to renew her WWE ID contract, and um, she decided that she was going to do what was best for her future. And I guess she kind of saw the writing on the wall that she may have seen the writing on the wall that maybe her being in the Vanity Project was going to be something that was going to hold her back from,
Mm-hmm.
holding like a women's title or something like that is what
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing. So, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, back to the show. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lola and Thea debate like who should get a title shot when Izzy, uh, sorry, not Izzy, Ava makes it a triple threat
Yeah.
to both satisfaction,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm sure Izzy won't be happy about that naturally. And then that takes us to the 2 seconds of wasted time of Keanu not wanting to do the interview.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. I got a few issues here.
Okay.
We've talked about it in terms of like when you're pushing a character.
Mm-hmm.
And this goes back to your conversation and some other people's conversation online about the fact they won't push certain characters.
Yeah.
Um, Jasper Troy and Keanu, they'll hold a title. They won't hold the big ones, not as their character is currently constructed.
Right. Right.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
yep. That's that detail that people don't.
Because you
It's
sitting up there, you hollering and cussing out everybody, including the authority. You're gonna walk in and walk right out. And I mean, I know it's probably character wise, but still, it's like, Come on. It's got to be a line somewhere.
Right. And this is where Triple H and Sean are going to get in trouble
Hmm.
because eventually that card is going to get pulled. But that was exactly what I was telling you about Callie. It's like I get that's where she's from, but why does that have to be a part of her character? I get it.
Hmm.
Was that a her idea? Was that a you guys idea? If that's a you guys idea, you guys are setting yourself up for getting labeled with the with the R word. You're setting
Hmm.
yourself up.
Hmm. Did you see? Maybe it's just Twitter talk, but did you see that they're saying that Triple H is having a he's trying to push all the black men and women that he can because he got that. Why aren't you pushing the black talent?
Yeah. Same thing happened in WCW twice. Nobody will ever admit it, but around the time that both Ron Simmons and eventually Booker T, even though Booker T's situation, he told the story behind it, it actually wasn't supposed to happen.
It
It it
wasn't.
it it
Yeah.
it but bottom line, it was something that they could be open to because of the fact that it was always being talked about.
Hmm.
It's like how come there aren't any the people act like the whole inclusion thing like just started. That thing is that whole storyline has been something since I was a little kid and I'm
Yeah.
48 now.
Yeah.
Is
Yep.
people how come you don't push things in this way? How come you don't push things in that way? And I'm not here to say that I don't understand where they're coming from, but if it's not done naturally, why do you want it? I I
Hmm.
I, I had a couple of situations where um people said I should have pulled the race card, and I'm like, if I gotta actually call them out and question whether the reason why I'm not getting stuff is because of my race, they can keep it because that's not why I want it. That's
Hmm.
not how I want to get it. I come into these jobs and I bust my hump. And if I gotta end up if the color of my skin has to be the reason why I get it, I don't want it. So um, now to each his own, everybody else, take your opportunities as you could get them if you want to go that way. But to me, that's a shortcut.
Hmm.
It's like intentionally antagonizing Mike Tyson so that he'll punch me so that I can go from being broke to being rich. No,
Okay.
no, I don't want to do it that way.
Right. Yeah.
It just have some integrity behind what you choose to do. Um, so yeah, that just that but and that irks me because they're probably really all of them are probably really nice people, probably are not like that all the time. And
Hmm.
I get the premise of pushing that narrative. And I even get the part where they're actually doing it. It's like you can't look at them and be like, hey, why are you doing that? You setting us back. They're doing what everybody else, including the people that are actually running the business, are doing. They're trying to keep money in their pocket. Now,
Yeah.
is it hurting them? Yeah, to some extent, because some people won't respect what they're doing, just like the people that make some of the music that gets put out today. It's like Yeah. Hey, people are buying it. The thing I don't like about about the whole situation is where people sit up here and now if you don't listen to the music at all, that's one thing. But even I had to like reassess my judgment on the newer music because it's like, well, you act like there wasn't music back in the day that was unsavory, probably wasn't the best. I mean, as much as we push NWA, let's face it, it wasn't the
Uncle Luke.
it huh? Yeah,
Uncle
yeah, it
Luke.
was, yes, yes. He was especially him, AMG. The name of his album was "B Better Have My Money."
Yep.
And he had some very unsavory songs on there that I am not gonna mention because I'm trying to build my brand.
Yes.
So just go adults only. Go look up the the songs on the album "B Better Have My Money." He had a lot of unsavory songs. Um,
Mhm.
Matter of fact, there was one song, "You Didn't Want Your Name to Be Janine." That's all I'm going to say about that song. Anybody that knows AMG, you know what the song was about and what Janine was doing and why, if your name was Janine, you did not want it to be during the time that AMG was big and it was out. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my temporary rant. Now let's get back to Jada Parker showing back up and having
Miss
something to say.
Parker.
Oh,
Miss Parker.
now how do you feel about them bringing her back and sending her at Blake?
I think it's cool. I think it's cool.
Are you surprised that with them taking the belt off of Blake, she's not in line un, for the women's title?
I actually think that she is. I think that's the next step. Um,
Well, you know what I mean, like what they did with like Stephanie Vaquer and what they did with Julia. Instead of her being like right there,
right.
she's having to build her way to that instead.
Yeah, I see that. Um, I think that's the way, but I don't know. Maybe they think she needs more to work on first. I don't know. Um, and with Jada, I think they, I want to say they want to build her up too, because I think they need a strong women's division now since they, you know, um, yeah.
But yeah,
But
she came out and she started talking about Blake and how she feels that Blake is entitled, and people like Kendall and Lola who are doing their thing and deserve their flowers to
hmm
be in position to go for as well as others in the women's locker room.
hmm
They are just as justified in having an opportunity for the title as Blake is, so that Blake needs to be put in her place to understand that she is not the only one that is she's not the best on NXT. She is one of the best on
hmm
NXT. So, Ava and Miles are talking when Fleo comes up to discuss the fact that he got cheated. He's not happy. Ava, you know, let let him know how she felt about it, and let him know that she would help him take care of his grievance. And Miles continued to talk to Ava when Ethan walked up, and
Hmm.
he's he's doing more. He's digging in that knife, just twisting it. Just nope. Gonna keep twisting the knife until you do something about it.
Yeah.
And
He's hearing and crossing him.
I feel like he's going to regret that eventually because the
Yeah.
look that he has in his eye. But the weird thing about it is the look that he has in his eye. It gives me type of a type of a heel feel, which
Hmm.
which is like, are people going to accept that? Are they going to accept that and get it to the point to where he'll he'll be a heel and Ethan becomes face? That'll just be weird. Unless you let them both stay heel, which I'm all for that. You know me. I'm all
I'm
for
just trying
two.
to think. I'm just trying to think. Is there more heels than baby faces on that show?
It's kind of hard to tell with the way everything is so chaotic, right?
Hmm. Because Ricky went heel, Ethan is heel, then Miles is babyface, Tavion is babyface. Yeah, I think they have more heels than baby faces.
Yeah, and they're gonna have to get to the point to where you're gonna have to put those people against each other, which is why
Hmm.
I'm glad the other show has finally done as I asked, but we'll talk about that later. Um, all right. So Sean Legacy and Eli Knight.
Hmm. Now,
Now,
Eli Knight is from Booker T's school.
yeah, and you know what? I like what they're doing with Tony D'Angelo. There are times where you don't like being confused.
Hmm.
But this is actually awesome because you literally have no clue. Sean Legacy. No, he's from Evolve. Never mind. Never mind. Um, you literally have no clue why he's attacking everybody.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying like he needed to do a promo or something.
No, I'm now if they end up putting him going for a title, I want him to speak. Until then, you know what? Keep annihilating people
I
because
mean, you can
be,
still keep doing that and
be,
say, "Hey,
because it because it's gonna keep you dialed in because every time he attacks a new person, you're gonna be like, okay, now why did you attack him? And he
yeah."
just and instead of
He'll just look
disrespecting
at,
you verbally, he just
yeah,
look
he'll
at you and
just,
like
"Hmm,
and just keep walking.
yeah,
You know,
moving on."
that part within our human psyche that like we need answers.
Hmm.
Answer us. We need to mentally make this make sense why you're doing this.
Hmm.
Because the way you're doing it is so random that we can't just put our finger on it.
Yeah, because he, like I said, he's attacking the heels, he's attacking the baby faces. So it's like, okay, lone wolf. All right.
Now the one I'm really waiting on him to do. I'm waiting on him to attack Dark State. Dark State.
Oh, woo. Hmm.
Let's see him attack Dark State. Let's see him attack the culling. Let's let,
Hmm.
let's see how deep his randomness goes.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be weird though? He attacks the culling and then come to find out. He's now friends with Tatum.
That would be awesome. Awesome.
Uh, awesome and yet confusing on how they would make that work.
Right.
Especially with her, and she has a modest type of personality, and they're trying to make her like emo and dark and twisted, and they're overdoing it because she's running out with a chainsaw, and it's like, oh, it's like, I see where y'all trying to go with this, but you're overdoing it. You're 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 drowning. You're drowning. You were just supposed to put on a little seasoning, and you're like drowning the food in the seasoning. Don't drown the food in the seasoning. You're supposed to just
La, 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 la.
right, just give it a little bit. Just a little bit,
Mhm.
not too much, you
Mhm.
know. Um Obviously, now you know how I feel about Tatum. They're doing too much with it. That whole it she comes out with it and she's like way too awkward with it. She looks like she's having fun, but she's it, she's way too awkward with it.
Mhm.
It's like it seems clear like, yeah, this is not your wheelhouse. Put it down. Put it down. It's okay. Your wheelhouse was just kind of dark, timid, quiet darkness.
Playing with dolls. Yeah.
Yes, but like I said, they changed Wendy Chu, so I mean she doesn't
Yeah,
have
I saw that.
they changed Wendy Chu, and although she still seems like she has a hint of darkness to her though.
Mhm.
She still that the way she smiles, maybe it's I'm just too used to seeing her smile that way. So even
Yeah.
though they've like changed up her look, that smile makes me think, okay. So she came into the land of the regular people, but she still has the dark side. That that's gonna mess you up, right? Um, so obviously Tony D'Angelo. Um, Tony D'Angelo strikes again, and this time he got arrested.
Yeah. He just looked at Ava and like, okay.
So it's like you don't have control of the situation. I do. Go ahead and do whatever it is you're doing. And so Ricky Saints, you know, screams at D'Angelo as he exits the ring, and submits to being arrested, and they do it easy. Izzy does a recap about her run to the title and how she's going to continue to dominate. Nobody's going to stop her. She's not worried about Lola. She's not worried about Thea. She just she's gonna continue to be number one. And
Mhm.
that brings us to OTM, who, after what happened with Dark State, they want more smoke. I
Mhm.
don't know how smart this is, but obviously because of the numbers, I don't doubt their fighting ability. I just at the end of the
Here
day
comes Big Drill.
is you fighting you in a you in a, a 4-on-2. Now if it somehow came up that, hey, Tony D'Angelo got arrested, and guess who bailed him out?
Mhm.
Okay. Now the numbers are slightly. You still need another person. I don't know who you would bring in that other than that, because anybody. I don't think there's anybody else really like on that level that's now in NXT. Which we know how vicious Tony can be. Um, hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Wonder if they could try to try. they could try to swing it with Miles.
Maybe.
It would be a stretch, but his new demeanor though kind of would make it fit. I don't know. But anyway, the Vanity Project speaks on Chase U and and everything when Robbie E walks up and tells Jackson Drake that he has a match next week against Joe Hendry, which
I
obviously
believe in Joe Hendry.
you say his name and obviously he appears. So Jackson seems a little worried because he understands that, Joe Hendry is on another level. So that is a reason to be worried. But he has his little goons in the rest of the Vanity Project. So we'll see how it goes. And then Zaruka versus Fatal Influence versus Ran QCC. Not a bad match.
Mm-mm.
This was the other match that had the miscues. This was another match that had a couple of little off here and there miscues. So, but Zaruk, I was surprised Zaruka won though. Were you?
No.
Just because of between the relationship and everything, the way the way it's been going, and then they seem to be trying to push Kendall. So I thought if Fatal Influence did not win, it was going to be rank QCC, and that the loss would like push a further like knife between in the relationship between Zaruka. But that's not what happened. And that's how the WWE continues to throw curveballs at you here and there. So Dark State speaks on OTM calling them out, finds it hilarious, and uh who was that was supposed to have the qualifier? Because I put the wrong name, I think. Do you remember who's supposed to have the qualifier this week?
Hmm.
Oh, okay. I get what I was trying to say now. So I guess Deion Lennox was concerned about his match against D'Angelo for in the ladder match qualifier, and which that it's gonna be an interesting match. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
that could end up opening the door to that could end up opening up the door to him and somebody like OTM, and then oh, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Not Miles Bourne,
Okay.
Shiloh, D'Angelo, OTM, Shiloh.
That might work.
Because even though he's a face, quite frankly, he's crazy.
Yeah.
So that could work.
He spits his nasty tooth out.
Oh God. Okay, what does that remind me of? Every time he does it, it reminds me of the Boogeyman.
Mm-hmm.
Every time he does it, my head, I'm always spinning, trying to wrap my head around like who does that remind me of? But another person that used to take his teeth out was um was the Boogeyman.
Mm.
Just immediately off the top of my head. There was probably some others. I've watched a lot of wrestling here and there, but off the top of my
Mm-hmm.
head, most recent that I can just instantly grab is the Boogeyman.
Yeah.
You remember how he ended up getting into WWE?
Yes, he was on Tough Enough,
Hmm.
and there was an age thing,
Yep.
and he lied about his age.
Yeah. And they kicked him off the show, but that's the part that I want to know. On the show, they kicked him off the show.
Hmm.
How did he end up turning around, becoming and basically having a job?
Basically, probably because I don't know, maybe they thought he had charisma, and
Yeah, that if I can ever interview Triple H, and matter of fact, if I could find out his real name and find him and somehow see if maybe we could get him on the show. See what it would take.
oh, the boogeyman.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I told you, I don't care how big they are, how small they are, or
Yeah.
just how crazy they were. I would love. There's people I want to get on the show, and I need to start. I need to start reaching out.
Yeah.
Which speaking of reaching out, have you tried reaching out to NWF?
I have not yet. Um, I will though. Um, I'm concentrating on this expo in Indiana. Um,
Uh-huh.
and see, see what I can do. But I am definitely going to reach out to NWF and PW Revolver.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing is that PW Revolver, like they'll have their shows. It's in Dayton, but they have them on a Thursday. So um, I will have to see, um, how I can work that. But Zachary Wentz, I think he has something to do with it. He's going to be at that expo in Indiana. So I'm going to try to, shoot my shot, as they say. Not
Mm-hmm.
like that, but, trying to, talk to him about it.
Well, I mean, yeah. We don't want you getting yourself in no trouble in the name in the name of wrestling. So we want to.
Right. And Gigi will look at me like, girl, mm-mm, mm. He belongs to me, girlfriend. I'm like, girl, I do not want him.
So I'm trying to. I'm gonna have to go through my. I'm gonna have to go through my. Um my Instagram too because you remember I told you that one trip I had where the one guy that was a wrestler. Uh, he told me how he had some dealings with the WWE, and he told me he would gladly come on my show and talk about it. And I have not talked to him in a while. Well, since that trip where I picked him up, can't remember if I was doing Lyft or if I was doing Uber, but I'm gonna try to look back through everybody on my friends list and see if I can find them.
Mm-hmm.
So, sorry, I just pulled up my Instagram. I haven't been on it in eons. But anyway, so MJF comes out. We're focusing on Dynamite now, and he speaks about his success in and out of the ring, and he
Mm-hmm.
points out that no one is on the level of the devil.
Mm-hmm.
When Brody comes out and with a warning to MJF that
He was scared.
well, I mean, you seen Brody.
I know. He gonna be there too. I would really get to see him in person, but I was like, man, he was so scared.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've seen Brody. That's not it wouldn't be smart to be anything but scared.
Yeah, he was looking at him like, okay.
It's like yeah, yeah, it makes total and complete sense. It's like Brody, Brody,
Yeah, calm
uh,
down,
um, um,
calm down.
yeah, no, it totally makes sense.
Yeah.
So so he calls him out. He wants a title shot. Um, MJF says, you haven't
No.
fought anybody that would make that a thing. And you could tell by on his face, he's like, thank God. And it's like
Right.
it's like so this is a simple situation. And he issued a warning to Brody about interrupting him as he hurried up and got his butt out of the ring.
Uh-huh.
So which is the best way to do that. And that takes us into our first match of the show, which was the Ops versus Cowboy and Jet Speed.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mm, I wait,
Mm-hmm.
wait. No, I read that wrong. I apologize. That was not a match. That was a recap. So
Oh.
yeah. I had to think about that because I'm looking at what I wrote. I'm like, why did I write all that? And then I
Mm-hmm.
remembered why I wrote all that. And then the next paragraph that was like under it reminded me like, yeah, you're reading this wrong. It's okay. You're reading this wrong. It's how you wrote it, but you're reading it wrong. So there was an interview with Jet Speed and Cowboy. They talk about um, Mike Bailey's upcoming coming match against Samoa Joe
Mm-hmm.
and the other matches that were going to happen not only on Dynamite but also on Collision.
Mm-hmm.
So leads us to Mike Bailey against Samoa Joe. Shocker. There was outside interference. Shocker. Samoa Joe won.
Mm-hmm.
It was it was a good match. You knew the inevitable. You knew the inevitable was coming. Uh, it was sad that it took Hook and Shibata to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just letting them
He
bite.
went he went against Speedball, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah.
Mike Bailey. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that leads us to the next match, which, God, I love when I talk about something in the past and it actually ends up coming true. Remember how I used to always talk about because of the lack of baby faces on the show and all the repeatedness because the clicks were so big. And I said they need to make it the Death Riders versus Don Callis. And,
Hallelujah.
and it's like it's like the Death Riders versus Don Callis. You got all these cliques, and they only fighting. You got these big groups of people, and they fighting the select few. It's like now the one thing I don't like
Mm-hmm.
about it, the Don Callis got enough people in it.
Yeah.
Why are they getting the demand wrapped up in it and making them cool with Don Callis? I just.
Oh, speaking of, ooh, I guess we gotta get to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Death Riders take on the Don Callis family. It was Mox, Daniel Garcia, and Yuta versus Hechicero, Lance Archer, and Rocky Romero. So basically the not as important people in the Don Callis family.
Hmm.
So it was it really a shocker that that the Death Riders won. It's like as soon as I saw the lineup, I'm like, yeah, the Death Riders are winning tonight.
Yeah.
It's
And then he
like
said something about your boy no drama. Now I'm thinking like, is he talking about Okada or Takeshita
or Fletcher
or Fletcher?
or
Andrade.
yes, there's too many options here.
Yeah.
Um, and that speaks to the ridiculousness of that speaks to the ridiculousness of the situation.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, like you said, after the match, somebody was actually able to corner Don Callis. It's like, usually he done hightailed it. Usually he done hightailed it before anybody can say before anybody can get their hands on him. Um, uh, but like you said, he cornered Moxley cornered him and basically just told him like, "Hey, your boy know where he could find me," and he walked off.
Hmm.
Now, if you were to make the match only choosing four,
Hmm.
we know who three of the people from Don. Well, no, actually, no. We actually have a fourth person now. So, although Yuta, well, no, not really Yuta. Now, Daniel Garcia is the weak link. Um,
What?
well, okay. So, and here was how here's where I'm going with it.
Okay.
So you do a 4-on-4,
Hmm.
but the problem is anybody that you put on Daniel Garcia out of the four from the Don Callis family is gonna beat all unholy breaks off that boy. You take Fletcher, Okada, Takeshita, and Andrade. Any
All
one
right.
of them four is beating all kinds of breaks off of Daniel Garcia.
You're right. You're right.
You would literally have to go,
Yeah.
okay, which three are you picking? Because the
Yeah.
fourth one, we're gonna get him busy with something else.
Yeah. You're right.
So
You're
that
right.
we could put him it would have to be the fourth person would have to be either Hechicero or Rocky Romero, who are
Yeah.
both good, great wrestlers in their own right, and they're exactly you could see it would be more entertaining.
Mm.
It would be more of an entertainment. See, I'm trying to create a good match that
I got you.
also is on the same parallel of I don't want anybody having an advantage.
Yeah. I got you.
And
I
and
got you.
and you see what I'm
I got
saying?
you. Yeah. I got you. I
It's
got
like it's like can you actually you wouldn't actually be able to pick. You go Fletcher, Andrade, Okada, Takeshita. Now pick the
you.
weak link. Somebody gonna
Hmm.
smack you across your face and tell you can't talk wrestling anymore.
Yeah.
There's no weak link there.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Now, Daniel Garcia, we know I'm not calling him a weak link in terms of I don't really believe in him. He's shown that he can be like Yuta. He's shown that he could be in the Death Riders.
Hmm.
Ooh, wait a minute. We don't have to move anybody, and yet we don't have to use. And yet we don't even have to use Daniel Garcia unless we made it five.
Yeah, because Pac, right?
Yes. Oh, so if you make it four, then those four work. And then I still got somebody, I still got one or two people you could interchange that would make it entertaining if you stuck in Daniel Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
You would still be at a disadvantage though, because nobody's gonna, nobody, very few people are gonna want to touch Marina. So, but we're not gonna include her. We're just talking about the four or the five.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Oh my God. Yeah, let's go back to four.
Mm-hmm.
Put them in like a war game setting.
Or their version of war game is blood and
Yeah.
guts. Yeah.
Yeah. Put them in a blood and guts situation. Hello? We got
And are
entertain.
he in an arena?
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Would be phenomenally great and awesome if you just did the four. Would be great if you did 5 on 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you would just have to figure out like, maybe you put Marina in a 6 woman match with Megan
Maybe.
and Penelope. That way
Mm-hmm.
she's busy. And
Yeah.
that way she's busy and she can't interfere. You just let the carnage be what it is between those four to five. Um,
Do you think Tekla, well, this is a whole different subject, but do you think Tekla is like there?
in terms of
Because she's supposed to be challenging Statlander, right?
mhm.
So you think she's there?
I,
I think she got something.
she has something. The only problem is she can't be champion because to me, and here's why. You know how I like to make awesome matches, potential matches like the one I just potentially made
Hmm.
with Don Callis and the Death Riders. Immediately off the top of the head, who could be some of her challengers? They're all heels.
That's true.
Marina, Penelope, and Megan.
That's true. Hmm.
Unless you're gonna put them into the pool of people that she faces, you're not gonna do her run justice.
Hmm.
We know Tony can go. We know Mina can go. We know that there's matches on the face side of things that you can put her in. But the ones
Right.
that are really gonna have people salivating, like, how is this gonna turn out? The only one where people might think that it's a unfair advantage is her taking on Megan just because of Megan's length,
Yeah.
how tall she is.
Hmm.
But in terms of viciousness, they're one and the same, and they're one and the same, and it's going to make for some great matches as long as they can put it together. But
Hmm.
her versus Marina, her versus Penelope, that's
That's
diamond.
uneven. Yeah, that's
That's that
uneven.
that's diamond
Yeah.
right there. You got some diamond matches right there, especially if they literally both go in trying to take each
Hmm.
other's heads off,
Hmm. Yeah.
which that would be the only
What
way to do it.
happened to her husband, Kip Sapien?
Well, that question would be what happened to the patriarch, to the
Uh,
matriarch.
yeah, because there's no. Nick Wayne or anybody. They've been on there in a minute.
Yeah, but the way they put on matches, we're just now bringing it up, and they've been gone for a while.
They have been, yes.
They've been gone for a while. I think that whole, I think they went so far with the whole them going against Christian and Edge that when they disappeared, they were like, okay, what do we do with them?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't know. And so they even tried to work the situation where when Jack Perry came back, and then all of a sudden Luchasaurus was with him,
Yeah,
and they tried to push that, but um didn't really work. The question is Nick Wayne still hurt? Because I remember that was part of the reason why they disappeared,
that's true. That's true.
because he had announced that he was hurt and he wasn't going to
Hmm.
be able to go after Edge and Christian. So that was
Right.
where Luchasaurus came in, and
Yeah.
then never to be heard from again, him
Well,
him or his
Jack,
mom.
Jack is trying to avenge Luchasaurus taking on Ricochet.
Yeah. So let's see here. Oh God. Uh Alex Price and Jordan Oliver versus FTR.
Yeah, I saw that like, what the hell is this?
And Stokely, issues a warning to Doyle and
Davis.
Davis. Which I'm on board for that match. I cannot wait. I am
Yeah.
so I am so on board for that match, and they better not
Mhm.
hold anybody back. Not one soul,
No.
not one inkling. They
Yeah.
better let them go. That match has carnage and destruction written all over it, and I'm all for it.
Yes.
So,
Well, you know Tony will let him go.
yeah. So Statlander and the Babes of Wrath
Hmm.
accept all the match challenges that were divvied out by the Triangle of Madness. And that leads us to Omega versus Alexander. What a match.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
one of these days, some here soon, um, they're going to have to break that up. They're going to have to break up the Don Callis family. He's got too many of them that should be in matches where they're going for titles. And Josh Alexander is definitely one of them.
Hmm.
Once I figure out how to do it, I'm gonna see if I can somehow get a hold of TNA and maybe cut a deal with them,
Hmm.
seeing that I know how much seeing that I know how much having the subscription costs now, because they pretty much doubled it. See if I can work something out to where they can maybe give me a few months free or something, since since
Yeah.
I since I paid for a bunch of years that I wasn't even allowed in because I didn't realize they had raised the price.
Yeah. They,
So, but they kept
uh,
charging me for it. So,
they had a thing, like a street team, like apply for this and you be on the street team or whatever. And you get like autographs and complimentary tickets, but of course it's not in Ohio.
well, yeah, yeah,
So I'm like, what's the point? So, but yeah, they were like, you can get like autographs and uh complimentary tickets. And I'm trying to think, did they say you can meet the wrestlers? I'm not sure, but yeah. Well, that would have been perfect, but it's not in Ohio, so not a
yeah.
zip for me. So,
But Omega and Alexander, they put on a killer hell of a match.
mm-hmm.
Omega can take some punishment,
Mm-hmm.
and he now, well, he once again is continuing that he wants the title,
Mm-hmm.
and whoever's in his way is they're going to be removed because he's going to be champion in 2026. So,
Mm-hmm.
and that takes us to Megan and Penelope versus the Love Bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and it's interesting because I thought that there was going to be a little issue. I thought for sure that there would be some kind of issue that would make life interesting for me as a
Mm-hmm.
as a wrestling watcher when it came to the whole dynamic between Penelope and Megan,
Mm-hmm.
specifically between Penelope and Marina. But
Mm-hmm.
Marina seems to be okay with just going, okay, you're back, you're not hurt anymore. Okay, I'll let you guys do your thing. I got your back.
Mm-hmm.
Which just makes me question. It's like,
Didn't she attack? She attacked Tony, right?
yep, that she
Mm-hmm.
did. So, yeah, and that's what led to Megan and Penelope winning was that she attacked Tony and gave her mother's milk,
Yeah.
which if she was aligned with Tony, the name of that move would make total and complete sense.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Uh,
she got a baby, and so mother's milk. So she put her like by the boobs, and
yeah, no, 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 no. I get it. I'm just saying it would make a whole heck of a lot more sense if she was actually aligned with the love bombs, with the way that they're always talking and they're being raunchy. It would make so much
yeah,
more sense.
yeah.
Instead of her being the enemy, and that's the name of her finishing move. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, um, I don't know. I just thinking about that got my creative juices flowing,
Yeah,
and that just popped into my head like, yeah, you know what? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but okay.
yeah.
So, obviously they did a preview for Collision and Dynamite, which we will eventually get to Dynamite. Yes, we will. Oh my
Okay.
God.
Were we on Dynamite?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, we will eventually get to Collision. Thank you.
Oh, okay, I was like,
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, yes, matter of fact, we are on the main event of Dynamite. We are on the Kevin Knight versus Swerve.
oh, that was a
I
good one. I
like,
enjoyed that.
yeah, I like what they're doing, mixing it up, making things interesting, mixing it in, um, mixing up, giving us new matches in
Mm-hmm.
between stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Extending it beyond the Continental Classic. I like it.
Yeah, and you see MJF sitting in the crowd just watching.
Well, he had to pay him and Cowboy back. They've been in the crowd during his matches. Why not? So obviously the match was great. They got Kevin Knight stepping up. And what is it with all these people with the last name Knight all of a sudden?
Yeah, I know, no, I don't.
And then on in the
Is that his
WWE
actual name?
LA night, not sure. Um, but yeah, that was Swerve. I I like what they have done with Swerve,
Mm-hmm.
and I like what they've done with Cowboy because the one thing I will admit, when Adam Page was in ROH,
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't completely feeling this character, and I wasn't completely feeling like he was gonna go anywhere.
Yeah, because he was with that one dude from Cincinnati. Oh my gosh. What was his name? Mm-hmm. Well, I cannot think of his name right now.
Gotta love it, right?
Yeah, but I know he's from Cincinnati and he works as a producer at AEW. I just cannot think of his name right now. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I can look him up. Let me look him up. Um,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, and they're not helping.
Get out, little handy dandy mouse here.
Uh, he was with BJ Whitmer and
That's it.
Kobe,
That's it.
yeah, Kobe Carino in the decade.
Yeah, and then but before it was a black guy. I think it um was it ACH?
Uh, I remember ACH. I don't remember if they were ever tagged together. It's not mentioning. They don't seem to want to talk very much about his days in ROH.
No, well, they said that he was a producer at AEW, but got fired in 2023 for domestic violence. I guess it's BJ Whitmer.
Yeah. So, all right, that takes us to Smack You Down. Smack down. Lay it to smack it down on some candy booty. So, um, Sammy comes out to address Montreal and his fatal four-way match against Trick and Damien.
Now, this I did miss the first 30 minutes because I was doing my laundry.
Okay. All right.
So,
So yeah,
but I did see some clips. So,
yeah. So Sammy and so Trick comes out and
hmm
talks to him about the fact that he's Trick and he's taking over
yeah.
he taking over and he gonna take down Sammy and he's gonna take
Mhm.
down Damien and Damien comes out and kind of reminds him like the last time we were around each other, you weren't exactly acting like you wanted anything to do with me
Yeah.
besides stare,
Yeah.
which he continued that trend. And the funny part was I knew when he said he was gonna strike somebody, I immediately said he about to hit Sammy.
hmm
And
Yeah.
and so he hits Sammy and then him and Damien start fighting. And then Sammy decides to get involved
hmm
and leaves Trick with no choice but to get out of the ring and stare in bewilderment as to how he got himself into that situation like he wasn't there. Like, how did
Right.
that happen? Like that wasn't supposed to happen. I was not supposed to get beat up by both of them. I was just trying to not, I was trying to not get beat by the one. And I ended
Right.
up catching the beat down from both of them. So obviously Randy is in the back and he watched the whole thing and
hmm
he has a message to everybody like they can be out there fighting and talking about they gonna be the next one in line to fight Drew all they want, but it's actually going to be me.
hmm
And hmm,
And
yeah,
the black guy in the decade, his name was Tadarius Thomas. But let's move on from that. Okay.
to Darius Thomas. I remember that name.
hmm
Um, but let's see. Uh, So Ilya runs into Mello and they're talking, and
Yeah.
Mello is still trying to be the
hmm
the nice guy who actually doesn't want to face Ilya. Um, and so he keeps offering him the free spot, hoping that once again he would turn it down, which it started to sound like he was going to turn it down, but
Yeah,
Ilya was just
he
kidding.
was like, I'm busted up. I'm doing this. He was like, you know me so well.
Right. And that slight twinge of damn it
Yeah.
on Melo's face was great. That was great. And then Melo ran into the Miz, which ultimately told you that one way or another Miz was gonna put his hands all over this match. And that's what he
Mhm.
ended up doing to Melo's chagrin. The match was great. Everything was going great. And then Miz happened,
Yeah.
which once that was figured out, Melo was not happy. And I would not, I don't know if Miz wants the smoke with Ilya. I mean, I know he's earned his way to his respect and everything, and we got all that and blah blah blah. But I don't. Ilya's at the end of the day, Ilya's crazy. Okay,
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Ilya's
He's very,
crazy,
very
and
intense. So,
and and for me. Like Ilya kind of reminds me of Darby, but Ilya knows how to give more, he knows how to give punishment.
hmm
Darby seems like he's just a glutton for punishment.
hmm
And whereas Ilya is like like yeah, you probably gonna put a hurting on me, but you're not exactly gonna walk away unscathed.
you know,
That's that's why I like Ilya's matches,
I'm
man.
going to at least scratching. So,
I may walk away, my ribs are gonna hurt, I'm gonna have like maybe a bulge on my forehead, but
mhm.
you gonna walk away and you're gonna be limping and you're gonna be going to the doctor going like, Doc, is it broke?
Yeah,
Um, uh, uh, and my back, man, he done hurt my back in five different places.
Mhm.
Like, can you do an X-ray, please?
It's hurting
Like,
in places I
like
didn't know had places.
right. And between his head and his forearm, can you please check my face?
Yeah.
Just, I felt like something might be broken or cracked or something. Like bottom line, I'm in pain.
Yeah.
I'm that body meter on Raw versus SmackDown, and like everything is like pulsing red. It's just,
hmm
I feel like everything's pulsing red. Doc, help me out.
Yes.
So yeah. We do a Cody recap of what happened between him and Jacob. And
Mm-mm-mm.
Cody's interview starts off with Michael Cole, and
Mhm.
when
In
all of a sudden
private.
it gets interrupted to Nick Aldis's chagrin by Jacob. And
Mhm.
the heel turn is definitely coming to me, in my
Mm.
opinion. The heel turn is definitely coming.
It's needed, but I don't know. It might.
It's the heel turn from Cody is definitely coming.
I hope so.
Because for him to say that kind of reminded me of which was bad because they both got people started bringing back up old stuff from Rick, and they basically that was when people started like labeling Triple H racist.
hmm
His both of their interactions with Booker T, and so yeah, I feel I had that kind of feel. I was pushed back to like those moments immediately when he said what he said about Jacob.
And Jacob was like, that ain't nothing new. Everybody know. But he got him
So
back though.
yeah, but my thing is how are they going to make
They said
this
they
how are they
said
going to make this come full circle?
yeah, and I was like he I mean yeah he went to jail, but he did county time, not prison time.
Yeah. So
He was like, I went from EBT to WWE. I was like, ah, that's my teddy bear.
so that brings us to Chelsea, who offers Jordan a position in the Secret Service,
Yeah.
and Jordan accepted it.
Well, she
Um,
only did it because she was fighting Jade.
yeah, because she wants Jade. So obviously Jade faced Chelsea and lost.
Yeah.
Chelsea lost.
Yeah.
So Jordan addressed Jade and tells her that when she wins the Rumble, that she's coming for the title unless
Yeah.
she wanted to give her a title shot since she
I
was
mean, we
warm.
can do it right now. I mean,
Right. We don't have to wait since since you're so good. You're so good and you're so above everybody.
mhm.
We can do this right now. Um, so Charlexa discussed their match and the current state of their friendship and everything going forward. Can they have a can they go for the titles and be do singles and still get along? Which Charlotte is her egotistical self, which means a breakup is coming, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is what
Yeah.
it is. It's to me it's both of them saying like we want singles titles more than we want to tag to be tagged together.
Hmm.
We are a part of each other's competition as much as anybody else is their competition.
Hmm.
So Tias,
Hmm.
are you what? Sorry, got distracted.
Oh.
All right, so Solo addresses winning gold from the Wyatt Six and eventually winning the Rumble
Hmm.
and doing it all while holding on to the lantern. Okay. So they have a match. Eh, um I'm s- I'm sorry. Uh uh, what I've said before still applies now. You bring them back. Not sure you're not sure what to do with them and you're not sure what to do with them. And then when you figure out what to do with them, you don't bring all of the originals back. Obviously, you couldn't, at least the ones that you could bring,
Hmm.
because they're alive. Meaning you didn't bring back Braun for whatever reason.
Right.
Um, Technically, bringing back Alexa wouldn't have completely worked had she been back when you brought her back, because there was still that thing of what she did to Bray and finishing out that part of the story.
Hmm.
So you got that. Then the other thing that you have is the situation of, okay, you're bringing them back with people that compared to the originals can't really pull off like the ability to like completely dominate, which
Hmm.
no offense to the people that they have in the Wyatt Six, but there's nobody there that can completely, because even when Eric Rowan was there, he wasn't the one you were mostly afraid of
Yeah.
when it was
I
just
think it I think it was Brody Lee and Bray.
yeah. And then when they brought in Braun, it was Bray, uh, Luke Harper, aka Brody Lee, and Braun.
Hmm.
The Eric Rowan he was great, but you just you didn't completely feel what you felt with everybody else, and
Hmm.
that's not a complete knock to him. It just that's the way it was.
Yeah.
So now you have a bunch of iffies and Eric Roman and uh Uncle Howdy,
Uncle Tay Tay.
and you got no viciousness there.
Hmm.
Which Joe Gacy can be vicious, but
Yes, he did.
you're not unleashing it. The because of Loomis's character,
I wish they let them do what they did in AAA.
we know what I know what Loomis is capable of, but because of the melancholiness of his character, you didn't always see it.
Hmm.
And when he actually had a voice and he was just an egotistical idiot, you could have cared less about watching him in the ring at all. So him coming back as a silent one that didn't talk,
Hmm.
but he got in the ring and systematically like destroyed you. Now, if they let that Dexter Loomis back out, you could possibly make it interesting for me because he could wrestle and he was vicious. It was just everything was like at a, if I was to characterize it, how George Foreman punches. It was slow, you could see it coming,
Hmm.
but when it made contact, you'd wish it made contact with anything but you.
Hmm.
So, yeah, there's that. Uh, yeah, that match it was, and then the whole giving it the Undertaker feel because you're taking the lantern, you're taking the urn, and they're acting like they're powerless. And it's like, dude, y'all already got them acting like they're easy pushovers. The last thing I want is you
Yeah.
giving it an Undertaker feel and oh, I'm powerless because I don't have my lantern.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It just ugh. Yeah, I just they took something that could have been great, could have made it interesting, and you're boring me to death.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't like to say that because I can usually pull entertainment out of anything, but
Hmm.
there are certain parts where it's like I'm looking online and I'm seeing people commenting on certain stuff, and I get why they're saying it. I just
Hmm.
I totally get it.
Hmm.
And then the WWE is starting to make me sound like them, which I never like sounding like them. I like to
Right.
always understand why something is happening, even if
Yeah.
I can agree that I also don't like it.
Right.
If I could pull a little bit of entertainment out of it, we're cool. But what they've done with the Wyatt Six, you hardly see them, and then when you do, they've gotten to the point to where now Uncle Howdy is starting to sound as much as he can like Bray.
Which is
And
hard because they're brothers.
true, but You had me, if you were trying to give it a different feel, a completely different feel, you should have stuck with everything the way it was when he started. I was completely good with that.
Touche.
But especially if you're gonna have him sounding like Bray, okay, I need no, the MFTs ain't being no, they're not being pushovers to the MFTs because you can't name anybody that the Wyatt family was pushovers to. Yes, Daniel Bryan ended up beating them, but he had to trick them. Yes, Randy Orton ended up beating them, but he had to trick them. Other than that, they they were catching beatdowns. The Brothers of Destruction caught beatdowns. And nobody likes to talk about it, especially while they were on that run. But the Wyatt
Mm-hmm.
family is the only people to be undefeated against the Shield.
Indeed.
Mhm. Yeah, because when Michael Cole ended up bringing it up, I had to stop and think about it. I'm like, oh crap, you know what? They never, yeah, the Shield never did beat them, did they? And that was another reason why it should have been Bray, not Brock Lesnar, to cut the win over Undertaker. But I digress.
Mm-hmm.
Especially that match they had before the match that they ended up having at him and Bray ended up having at WrestleMania. They could have done it one of two ways. Either either they could have let him win and started the whole thing with the Wyatt family just basically getting a major push and having everything else that happened, including all that stuff that happened with John Cena, because you can't take that out because that stuff was great, especially the little kid. Oh my God, I will never forget that little kid. And
I watch that sometimes. I
John
watch that for you sometimes. Yes.
John Cena's reaction was perfect because that would be eerie.
Yeah.
But but yeah, they could either let Bray win or if they wanted to let Undertaker keep his undefeated streak, he wins, but then he catches a beat down and gets quote unquote retired. He retires
I
with
don't
the
think they should never broke the streak in the first place. But I
but
digress.
it unfortunately as they keep pushing it and until somebody says different, um we'll just have to assume that Brock called his own card.
Not the
He
first time. Won't be the last.
yeah. So Brock pulled his. But anyway, Truth comes in and he wants Aldis to put his balls in
Oh my
for
gosh.
the he yeah yeah
Yeah, Jaywalk felt like, what is he talking about?
right right. It's like did I just interrupt something? Do I need to come back
Yes.
later? Like what is this?
Yeah.
So Aldis told AJ not to worry about what Truth was talking about, and he wanted to
Yeah.
talk to him, to try to talk him out of the thing with Gunther. And AJ got a little irritated, like, dude, you did not call me all the way over to SmackDown to talk about my match with Gunther. He's like, no, actually, I was asked to bring you here because someone you know wants to talk to you. And that's when Shinsuke walks in
Mm-hmm.
and he challenges him to a match to make sure that he's ready to go. And when I get to the actual match, yeah, some things will need to be discussed.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but he challenged him to a match to make sure that he was ready for Gunther. Nathan Frazier takes on Johnny Gargano. That is going to
He's
be
back in the singles division.
Yeah. Um, and I'm amazed at how no storyline as to what happened to,
Tommaso.
yeah. And it, and I don't blame them really. If I'm being frank, I do not blame them at all. I mean, you got these guys and they're great and they're holding titles everywhere else. You pull
Yep.
them over to the WWE and they can't even get not one sniff of a
Not.
title.
Mm, yeah.
And we know because we watch them in their other spots, we know what they're capable of. Not even one title shot run, not one in all the years that you got them, especially after you push them to the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
And and those are him and Gargano are two examples of why when we've talked and go, hey, somebody I like is getting pushed to the main roster. Okay.
Yep.
It's like, aren't you excited? Like, why should
Nope.
I be?
Right.
It's like I actually feel bad for him.
They treat them like mid Carters.
Right. It's like you brought them up just so that they could be mid-carders and if anybody that's a fan of them that saw them beforehand, I was afraid that they were gonna do the same thing to AJ.
Mm-hmm. AJ was like, mm-mm, we ain't doing that.
You know, and you saw what they did to the quote unquote the Bullet Club. And the sad part about that was one of the people that they did it to from AJ's Bullet Club used to be in the WWE. Asbestos.
Oh yeah, Gallows.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, ooh, I know they're gonna be mad. Anyway, um, so yeah, but that match between Gargano and Frazier, Gargano needs to be in for some titles. I get that if Melo can get his hands on a title, there's zero reason why there should not be a title that Gargano cannot be in it. He
Or
cannot
they
not
can
be in
move
those
him to
matches.
Raw and he can get that Intercontinental title. Get it from Dom. But then I got Penta one. I want Penta to win it. Then I want Jimmy to win it. So it's like,
We didn't talk about Jimmy. And I know you don't like the conversation, but we didn't talk about Jimmy. And do I think it's unfair? Yes, but there at the end of the day, there's going to be some people that may not the creative, whether it's Triple H, whether it's Shawn Michaels, whether it's Road Dogg, because
they
Road Dogg has
put
been
him
getting trolled.
they
Road,
put him in the tag team division, we know.
huh?
They put them back in the tag team division.
Uh-huh. Yep. Put them back in the tag team division, and they got titles.
Yeah, you
Now one thing they could do to see how it would go. I know you wouldn't like the sound of this, but maybe have Jimmy get mad, go over to NXT since it's no longer a training brand. I know you don't like the sound of that because I know you like love your Usos. Hey, I won a game. Interesting. Um, but if they were to try that and see how it would go, see how he was received, that might be another way for them to open up the door to him getting the bigger titles because it'll take away the excuses. What do you think?
I'm all for it. If it's gonna build them up, I'm all for it.
I mean, they have to honestly give him an opportunity.
Yeah,
And if you
I
I'm not
agree.
I'm not saying pushing him so low that you send him on Evolve. Don't do him like don't
Yeah,
no.
don't do him like that.
Yeah, don't
He
do that.
better than that. I mean,
Yeah, he's
and I am not knocking those people in Evolve, but no.
they're new. They're building.
Yeah,
You're just trying to see if Jimmy how Jimmy is perceived with a title. You're not trying to build his whole entire wrestling
yeah,
acumen.
yeah.
So that's what Evolve is for. So speaking of that, is there anybody that is on Raw, SmackDown, or NXT that you think should follow some of the others down to Evolve?
Mm.
Because I noticed they put Carmen down there.
Petrovich?
Yep, that's why she disappeared from SmackDown, and she's basically in line to face Kendall for the Evolve title now.
Mm. I'm trying to think. That's a good question. I have to think about that one.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead and look through everything. Matter of fact, I'm sitting up here. I'm looking at my sheet here.
Mm.
I could see a one person. Matter of fact, two people by default. Kit Wilson and his tag partner. Send them down there to evolve. I know they can wrestle, and I know they have a niche. But
Well,
there's something going on to where they have completely, ever since they pushed them up to the main roster, they have fallen off
well,
worse than like Austin Theory, Waller, or anybody else. I mean, they
the
fell off
one,
bad.
the one of the pretty deadly, the blonde hair one guy, he had a severe neck injury, so he's out indefinitely. So that's why they've been building Kit Wilson up, by himself, um,
They
until
might,
he gets,
yeah, they might want to send him back
yeah,
down there because he
but
can wrestle and
yeah,
he needs to be in the ring and he needs to be wrestling. So either send him back down to NXT or send him down to Evolve. Do something because he can wrestle.
yeah,
The pretty deadly. They were like Europeanly obnoxious, but
yeah,
they worked. They worked
yeah.
in the ring. So
And it's very sad because what was his name? Um, the blonde hair guy. Uh,
uh, because I hardly seen him on on TV, I couldn't keep up with their names. Um,
Kit Wilson and I want to say Prince, something with Prince in it. But anyway, yeah, he only 28 and he had to have neck fusion surgery.
mm.
Kip, is it Kip?
Elton Prince and
Yeah.
yeah, Elton Prince.
Yeah. So
So
he had to have a neck fusion surgery, and he's only 28. So they don't know when he's coming back. Um, so
if you got to do all that, should you come back?
yeah,
So so yeah, mm,
he
yeah.
broke his neck in the ring. I forget who they were going against. I can't remember who they were going against, but yeah. It's when I was like, I ain't seen them in a long time. And then he updated his Twitter and was like he had to have neck surgery. And I was like, oh, no.
Praxium.
Yeah. And then uh I mean his girlfriend works.
The day after my birthday.
Yeah. His girlfriend works at NXT as an announcer, Kelly Kincaid, and they just had a baby together. So I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
maybe he can become a producer backstage or something.
yeah.
Uh, yeah,
He a
that's
young man too, so
yeah, yeah. See, and that's why the wrestlers that used to get mad, um, the wrestlers that used to get mad because people called it fake. I totally get it. Now, do I think
yeah.
that they should
Speaking
have?
of, I was watching R Truth on Breakfast Club, and Charlemagne was like, "Everybody know wrestling's fake," and it's like, bruh, mm, it's scripted, but those injuries are real. So
Right. And that I mean, to me, I've always said anybody that's your stance, I need you to do me a favor. Don't tell me about any movie people that you like.
hmm
Don't tell me about any movie people that you like, oh, that movie was great. That's fake.
yeah.
Yeah,
Now
but
that's fake because they got stunt people,
right.
but
Although there are on the occasion there are certain actors that will do their own stunts, but
yeah,
bottom line, it's quote unquote it's scripted.
very controlled. And
Oh, and did you
it,
see that apparently I'm sorry.
uh,
Did you see that our friend Nakamura for whatever reason posted the date that
yeah,
oh
yeah.
my God, what was he thinking?
He probably wasn't. More than likely, he wasn't. He was just like my friend, and I love him. And nah, 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 nah. So
Which so now the question is do they change it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because I thought that was kind of quick, and in the back of my head, I was like, man, is he doing this already? Because he said he
Right?
was retiring in 2026.
Yeah.
He didn't say he was doing it for the whole year. He just said in
Didn't say that.
2026.
Yeah, nobody knew.
And he just said in 2026, which if he retired at WrestleMania, I mean at the Royal Rumble, that's in 2026. And
Right.
he did start having a bunch of matches. This would explain why he was having the matches he was having and why everybody was hugging him after and supporting him after. And it's like, why are you doing it like his days are numbered? And I never brought that up because we were talking about, I was too busy just being upset. Like I was, because it was in the middle of John Cena's run,
Yeah,
and I was too busy like how come they don't put it on the WWE on TV?
yeah,
And I was too busy caught up in that to really wrap my head around the fact that it's like, wait, why were you having those matches in those other on those other organizations last year, but you're retiring this year?
yeah. I don't know.
Huh. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but back to the show. Nathan Frazier, Johnny Gargano. That was a great match. And I'm sorry, Axiom is an idiot. You won the match. Get out of the ring. You
Yeah,
got you
got the
got your
mask.
mask.
Like on the
Go.
left. Yep.
Like you got your mask. Go. Like no, I got to stand here with my mask and I got to gloat. And I got to
Yeah,
bend over him and I got to gloat.
yeah.
It's
And
like,
she got it back from you, and now you don't have it no more. Like, bruh.
so so yeah, there's that. And then Nia and Lash were in the interview talking about what they were gonna do winning the tag titles, beating
Mm-hmm.
Charlexa and what they were gonna do in the Rumble. And they were gonna do it as a team. Yeah, good luck with that. Uh
Right.
Drew McIntyre comes out and he addresses his title run and tells Cody that the only way he'll get a rematch is if he wins the Rumble
Yeah.
and addresses his potential opponents and
Mm.
says messages to them all
Yeah.
and wishes his opponent good luck because he's going to need it. And then
Hmm.
Trick addresses Ray Phoenix
Oh, that
and
was so funny.
and Ray Phoenix um, so yeah, there are certain times, there's certain things that'll happen. You can tell who is or isn't going to win a match because of something that happens. When I saw what happened between him and Ray Phoenix, I was like, yeah, he's not winning the Fatal Four Way
Yeah.
because
I knew that. I
um
knew that.
so and
But I
then
think they're very invested in him, but he does not win it right now.
yeah, then you got Kit Wilson, Matt Cardona,
Hmm.
and Jacob Fatu.
Hmm.
A whole lot of discussion going on. And Kit Wilson kind of reminds me of that person that, like if he was female, they'd call him a Karen.
Yeah.
And uh, um, it's like you're noble, you're standing up for what you believe in. You might even have a point, but you're gonna catch some beat downs
Yeah, pretty much.
if you don't learn how to put some respect on it.
Yeah.
You could say stuff and yet not come off as disrespectful.
Yeah.
Um, um, to the level that somebody that if you caught a beat down, like nobody would feel sorry for you.
You're right.
At the end of the day, there are certain people that are like, it don't matter how you said it, and that just what made them mad. You said it as nicely as you could have said it, and
Yeah.
people still got mad because they didn't like hearing it, period. So they felt
Right.
disrespected. You do have those in this world that we live in. So uh mm, that brings us to Kiana and Julia, Charlexa and Lash and Naya. Hmm. Kiana and Julia won. Thoughts?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I was surprised. I was surprised.
But I do think that that leaves the door open to Lexa, Charlexa, and Naya and Lash finishing whatever's going to happen, and whatever's going to happen between Charlexa, it keeps the door open for it to
Hmm.
happen.
Hmm.
If they were in line for the titles, that would kind of block that a bit.
Right. Are they just now getting to my street? I think they just now getting to my street.
Yeah, well, I'm unlucky because I live in a community type, and I live like you gotta like drive up to my apartment. So
Oh, ouch.
won't
Yeah.
they probably won't be getting to me until like Monday or Tuesday. Well,
Yeah.
Monday. So
Yeah.
unless the people from my complex have them come out. Well, yeah, it'll probably be tomorrow, like after everything stops.
Hmm.
So I'll be pretty much
Yeah.
here on lockdown.
Yeah.
Uh,
I know
yeah,
I just got a text from my job, like work from home. I'm like, okay.
yeah. Wish I was trying to see if I could find me a job like that where I could work from home, and that would make it where I could work more on stuff, but
Hmm.
on other stuff while I was doing the job, but to no avail so far, no luck. Anyway, let's see here. La, 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 la. Um, that's what happened. Got it. All right. So yeah. So Sammy tells Damien that he has his back, because he wants to get his hands on Trick. Damien tells him like, no, that's like the last thing I want you doing.
Yeah.
And then Sammy and this new attitude he has, it's like, well, you don't tell me,
Sure. Or what?
or what you gonna do, chump? You in Montreal? What you gonna do? You in Montreal, son?
Right.
You better remember where you at.
And he was
Which
like, yeah, we'll deal with this later when he saw Drew. Like,
yeah, and Drew had that coming because
sure, dude. You don't
you
talk about my baby. That's just
yeah,
one thing.
I don't care how much stuff is scripted. That would have to be a no.
Yeah, that's
No,
what you're not gonna do.
me and my mom, I would rather you, if I had to choose one, I had to pick somebody. I'm like, I would rather hear you talk, say something about my mama. Don't say nothing about my kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, no, talk about my mama. No, don't talk about my kids. My kids, I got to put you down. It just
Hmm.
it's like, dude, remember, it's scripted. I know
Uh,
they don't think I'm actually punching you.
yeah.
Like they
No,
don't,
brother.
they
You don't
don't
say,
think.
you don't affix your mouth to say nothing about my kid.
Like they don't watching them rap battles. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
No. You say something about my kid. No. No. No, 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 no,
Yeah,
no, no, no,
that
no.
is totally off limit.
It's like no. My kids ain't got nothing to do with this. No,
You don't talk
don't.
about my mama, you don't talk about my daddy, and you don't talk about my children.
I don't know about my dad.
Mm.
I don't I don't know about my dad because we have we had a even less of a relationship
Mm.
uh than me and my mom, but I don't think I would want to find out just because I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
It's like yeah. So don't talk about him either. Just to be on the safe
Yeah.
side. I
Yeah.
just like yeah, just don't go either one of them spots. If you want to talk about some ex-girlfriends and try to take a shot at me in terms of me being like a bad picker of women, okay, all right, take your shot.
Yeah. Have fun. Yeah. Have fun with that.
Like yeah, it's like okay, but yeah, no, I just no, not the kids. And
Yeah.
so he smacked some of his soul out of him.
Yeah, pretty. Smack
And
every bit of a taste he had in his out of his mouth.
but Drew's reaction kind of reminded me of when the hyenas was chasing Simba and Nala and almost got the one of them, and I think it was Simba like scratched the face,
Yeah.
and then the hyena turned around like "Arr."
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like that literally that took me there with Drew's reaction.
Yeah.
It's like
Was
this is not
yeah.
good. So so yeah, Julia and Kiana talk about their victory and how they plan on winning more gold,
Mhm.
especially after they win the Rumble. So that how far you think they're going to push that?
If we lucky after the rumble.
No, I mean do you think that they're gonna let them do like a hostile takeover of the women's division on SmackDown and let them
No.
win as much gold as they can?
Mm-mm. Mm. If they're gonna do that, it's
They
not gonna
gotta
be for
let Rio have a little bit of a run.
yeah, it's not gonna be together.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure Kiana out. Now she's in the ring. Now she's having matches. How much longer does this continue before she turns on Julia?
Hmm.
So, all right. Um, takes us to the main event. Damien versus Trick. Crazy match. Trick is not too bright. If I know that Sammy's down at ringside, I'm not gonna throw Damien into him. He's down there, but he's not interfering. And I just as soon as that happened, I knew I'm like the new Sammy, the new angry Sammy. Sammy's not gonna let that ride. He's gonna take a few minutes. He's gonna compose himself, and then he's going to see like red. He's gonna see all colors of the rainbow.
Okay, so what happened?
Huh?
What happened?
Oh, you didn't see the end?
I did. I'm just saying.
But yeah, so he threw Damien in the Sammy and Sammy unleashed.
Yeah.
So so Sammy unleashed and now Damien's mad at Sammy and
Then they get into it, and then guess who comes? The Viper.
yeah, and then Randy decided to make himself known. Make
Hmm.
make a grand old appearance. And
Hmm.
not only did Trick get RKO'd, but so did Sammy.
Yeah. And Sammy thought he was his friend. Like,
And
don't touch that, boo.
I don't know what's going to happen, but they're going to have to address the fact that you know and I know that they're probably going to say Randy was the one.
Who did that to Jacob?
Yep. Or they could throw a total curveball that nobody would see coming.
You know, say it was Sammy.
Mm, Either say it was Sammy or they could bring one more person into the fray, which would end up leading to one of his recent enemies, them two facing each other down. They could end up saying it was Alistair.
Interesting.
Yep. That puts Alistair in into the championship mix.
Hmm. I'm still thinking it's Cody, but who knows?
Which with the heel turn
Hmm. If
that
they're doing that,
that
they
we
should
all
make it
saw
Cody.
coming.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they should
with
make it Cody.
yeah. So like I said, yeah, I've been feeling like he's been like brewing the turn heel since that moment that him and Kevin Owens was in the ring, and
Hmm.
it was the episode where every time he tried to talk, he kept getting interrupted by somebody.
Yeah,
And then they ended up setting up that match where he was supposed to tag with him. And instead
yeah,
of letting him answer, Kevin just chimed in, like, yeah, we're doing it. And you
yeah.
saw him give him the side eye, like,
Like what you said?
so yeah, there's a whole bunch of ways that they could go with this that would be spicy and as you said, interesting. So,
Hmm.
but we'll see how that ends up going. Now that brings us to Saturday night's main event, which I'm gonna be honest, I was watching. I had my small TV on.
Hmm.
I had my small TV like on the. They got a way that you on ESPN you can watch like three different games. I was watching like three different games and
Yeah,
totally. I started thinking about Saturday night's main event, but I thought it was next week.
no, that's the Rumble.
and and I can't remember what I saw. I think I saw something on Facebook where it was like, "Oh, hey, Saturday night's main event." Yeah, it was the thing with the thing between Cody and Jacob.
Yeah, that didn't. They didn't have a match. They were just fighting.
Yeah, which I thought was weird. Like, what was the point of not starting the match, but yet letting them have a match?
I
I
think they were trying to protect them.
What? No. Did you see what they were doing to each other and where they were doing it?
Yeah.
Like, no. I mean, I get the premise of what you said, but everything that happened was like, if that was them trying to protect them, I hate to see them letting them
Well,
go.
guess who came in at the end?
And they could have had the match and still had him do it.
I don't know. I
And
don't know.
maybe had him come in, maybe had him come in, catch them both off guard.
Kind of
Cause,
did.
cause what? Cause what? But no, like during the match, like you can't give either side the match like you did in the Trick Damian match. What if he comes in and Claymore both of them at the same time?
I don't know. I thought it was a good brawl. It
Well,
wasn't a
yeah,
match,
yeah, yeah,
but a
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, that's basically what happened. And Stephanie, it got explained online why Stephanie was hosting the
Yeah.
match. Although the thing that didn't make any sense, seeing that she was hosting, was why the only time she spoke was at the beginning of the show.
Well,
Um,
they do that. Like it'll be Joe Tessitore and uh, Jesse the Body Ventura at the time, and then they'll
yeah, but
just
they would at least
explain.
do commentary or something. They would do like the commentary. It's like
Well,
she
that was Michael Cole and Wade Barrett.
Yeah, It- but it's like if you're the host, you should be in on it. Saying that that's how it's usually done. Whoever's hosting, that's usually who's in on it. Who's doing the commentary? You could
Yeah.
have done the
And she was like,
commentary
I'm just doing this part, and then
with them.
y'all take it. Yeah, y'all take care of it from here on. I'm tired.
She probably still isn't completely comfortable yet. There's that part too. Obviously, she may still not be comfortable uh
Hmm.
with everything
Yeah.
just yet. So, Um, or maybe she just wants to stay. She wants to stay in the shadows, just do the
Yeah.
podcast.
I
Everybody
think
knows
she just
she's
want to do
there.
her podcast and stuff, and she'll just come and say hi every now and again. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Girl.
let's see. So Drew does an interview about why he did what he did to Cody and Jacob. And and that is going to, so obviously it's gonna be they could end up turning that into a triple threat.
Yeah, I think that's what I read, that they were going to turn that into a triple threat.
Yeah. So I was like, which would be another reason why they did it the way they did it.
Yeah.
It's like Drew's gonna end up interfering in the match, so who cares about the actual format of the match or non-match, whatever it is. Just let the chaos cook.
Hmm.
All right, Drew, that's your cue. Go.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Got the women's tag titles, Rio against the Judgment Day, Roxanne and
Hmm.
Liv.
Hmm.
Um, looked like they were on the cusp of winning the titles when Raquel came down, when all of a sudden Stephanie Vakir uh
Ruthless.
comes down and her leg got better miraculously quick for as
Well,
many
maybe
times.
it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, but the way she was catching,
I understand, but maybe it just wasn't that bad. It hurt that
yeah,
bad. Because they didn't, you notice that they didn't have her relinquish the title. So
yeah.
the same with Dom. He's still the Intercontinental Champion, but he injured.
Sorry. Got a message I completely was not expecting.
Uh-uh.
All right, that gets us to AJ versus Shinsuke because it it dawned on me it dawned on me that whole situation between Jacob and Cody must have took a while because that was a 2 hour show,
Mm.
and yet after that everything seemed to go pretty quick.
Yeah.
So that had to have taken at least like 40 minutes.
Hmm.
So so yeah, so AJ Shinsuke. So to me, and I'm annoyed by this, that match with Shinsuke and AJ, um, you could tell that Shinsuke is not in the same shape that he was when he first got there, obviously. And kind of showed in the match a little bit.
Well, then again, he's what probably older now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it just the reason why I'm annoyed is because he's another one of them ones where it's like, how long has he been there?
Yeah,
And how many title runs did y'all not let him have?
zero. I mean,
And
except for the Intercontinental Championship
yeah, and it's
in the
like,
United States. He was the
and
United States
now,
champion, right?
and now as people are starting to retire, where you could think, oh well, now maybe Shinsuke, oh, age is catching up with him, so he's probably gonna be on his way out of here soon too.
Hmm.
Oh God, that annoys me. Um,
That was a good match, though.
yeah. It was a good match. They did. They did everything. They did everything that was expected as much as they could. But like I said, you could tell that um uh in terms of like the cardio and stuff that things had kind
Mhm.
of caught up with Shinsuke.
Mhm.
And that leads us to the Fatal Four Way. What you think of the Fatal Four Way?
I thought it was good for what it was. You know, everybody was behind Sammy. Second in place was Randy.
Yeah.
So I think it was I think it was good for what it was. I know what they're doing with Sammy and I like Sammy, but I wasn't really praying for Randy, but that's okay.
Mm. Now, how are you gonna feel if you find out because you seen that one message that I sent you where they seem to be implying that that it was Randy
hmm
according to his actions. Now
I
are
know.
you now are
I still be rooting for him. Even though I love Jacob, I would still be rooting for Randy because Randy is just that guy.
hmm,
But do you really think I mean okay. Yeah. But do you really think he can turn?
Randy?
Yeah,
Why not?
because because
People gonna be behind him
everybody,
either way it go.
yeah, everybody sings his music. Everybody cheers for him. He's like the elder
He-
statesman, so to speak.
everybody go stick by him anyway.
Yeah,
You know, you might have a few people fall off, especially, you know,
I'm not.
during the match
2009 Randy was dastardly, and I loved him.
against uh, anybody that's like diehard fans of Jacob. You know, he probably gonna have a few people fall off, but the hardcore Randy Orton fans are they gonna be all about it. He as much as they as people talk about MJF, and although people are
Mhm.
starting to turn on him now, I've noticed online. Um, but Randy was MJF before MJF because you had people that loved him, you had people that hated him, especially when he was doing the punt.
Mhm.
So yeah, there's that. Um, I thought the match was good. Uh, I am wondering when Damien is actually gonna get to be able to get in a world championship match again.
Mhm.
Um,
His poor lip was all busted up. It was all fat.
yeah,
They say it ain't ballet, right?
right. You know, it's gonna happen. It is what it is. So that takes us to the last show, and that's TNT Collision. So they didn't have anybody coming out talking today. They said, nope, we're getting right to the action. And it
Yeah.
was Shibata versus Cowboy. That
Yes.
match was off of the chain.
Yes, it
And
was.
then some, and which, you know, that's what you know, that's what you love, that's what you expect um, from Shibata and from Cowboy.
hmm
So
I
I think,
did fall asleep kind of in the middle. So
gotcha,
I saw the Hangman Shibata match, but I did kind of fall asleep. I watched it after Saturday night's main event, and I was just like sleepy. So, but
gotcha.
I finished it up this morning.
Yeah, I finished it up. Part of the reason why I started at 3:30, I finished it up this afternoon since I didn't go anywhere. I watched
hmm
Saturday night's main event and Collision today.
Yeah.
So Um,
That's why I asked. Well, that's why I asked. Well, let's get to it first before I try to
yeah.
jump ahead.
So Don Callis decided to go golfing with the demand because they got
Mhm.
their little
Yeah.
friendship going on right now.
Hmm.
The question is how long is that gonna last? Because they all want the same thing. So the
Yeah.
question is how much longer is that gonna last? What do you think of them hooking Isla Dawn up with the grizzled young veterans?
They did.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
Isla
actually
Dawn.
they,
Isla
they
Dawn. Okay.
yeah, they actually came out to
Um.
the ring with
Yeah.
her for her match against Statlander.
I mean, I guess you know what. I guess we'll have to see where it goes.
Yeah, and
So
it's going to be interesting to see her not doing the witch
yeah.
character and yet having the same name. So
I,
yeah, it should be interesting.
yeah. Which
Um,
brings me to that promo that Tekla cut when she spit
hmm
on Statlander's shirt and stuff
hmm
like that. That's why I act like, do you think she's ready? Because I don't know. It was just like I
What?
don't know. I guess I kind of feel like she gonna probably try to destroy her. So I mean, if she don't cheat,
Well, I mean that is her character, and that's what makes the unnecessary cheating by Sky Blue and Julia Hart. It's like she doesn't need that.
you're right.
Um,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Um, I just saw something on a report done online. Uh, uh, because it has nothing to do with this show.
Mhm.
We'll talk about it uh, when we're done. So
Mhm.
Tekla came out, like you said. She had a message. She spit on her shirt and
Mhm.
um and basically let Chris know that she was definitely taking that title
Yeah.
when when they see each other on Wednesday. And but because of everything that she decided to do and say towards her, Chris decided that she was going to go see her immediately.
Yeah.
Which from the looks of it, it never happened that night. If it did, they didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
Um, Jack Perry has a message for Ricochet
Mhm.
ahead of their match
Yeah.
because he is still upset about what happened to Luchasaurus and
Mhm.
how important Luchasaurus was to him. They need to figure out what they're doing with Jack Perry. They need to figure out what they're doing with Luchasaurus and just leave it. Because this hokey pokey thing that they're doing with them. Now if somebody's injured or they got some type of thing that they need to go and do and take care of outside of wrestling, I get it. But it's like you can barely
I,
get used to them being there and being on the show and having a storyline, and then all of a sudden they've like disappeared or they get diminished.
I think that they're kind of taking it easy with Luchasaurus because he got really, really sick. So he
Yeah,
probably still trying to recover. Even
yeah,
though he's feeling better, he might be a part where he's not feeling that great. You know what I mean?
right.
So
So yeah, that's why I said like if they're injured or something, or in his case, if he's sick, okay, all right, I get it, but at least make it where it works instead of oh he's back, oh he's back, oh he's back. Hey, where'd they
yeah,
go?
like Wardlow.
Yeah. So what do you think about them hooking the guns back up without a storyline?
Yeah, was looking at that. Like, okay.
Yeah, the Guns versus Protoshita. Like,
Mm.
ooh,
We
ooh,
knew that they were not going to win A, and then
right.
two, Don Callis going to try to hit Billy Gunn like, bruh. Mm-mm.
And
And then
then
Billy Gunn is like, what, 78? I'm joking. I know he's like 60 in his 60s, but still, it's like, come on, bro.
what else are they gonna do?
Yeah, sure. I guess that's probably why he tagged with them because he saw all his people was out. So
Yeah. So plus Austin is over in uh Ring of Honor.
hmm
So uh Takeshita loses it when Okada comes down the ramp.
oh my, that's what I was gonna talk about. I think that because did you see when Don Callis got in the ring and he was trying to shake to catch his hand, he was kind of looking on him like, That's what I'm thinking that he's going to leave the Don Callis family. He's going to be the first one to go.
Yeah, you got too many alphas there though. Right, just right there in them four. You got too many alphas there. Somebody's got to be the number one. And I don't know what they were thinking sticking uh Andrade in there because he's an alpha too.
Yeah,
It's like
he's
you
going
sticking all these alphas in one
to
spot. And
he
then
trying to swerve.
and then the other guys are just happy to be a part of something.
Yeah,
Lance Archer,
yeah,
Rocky Romero and Hechicero, they're just happy to be a part of it.
yeah. And Takeshita, he re-signed with New Japan, so he probably gonna be gone a little bit. So
So, and that leads us to Ricochet, quote unquote, giving his condolences for what the demand did to Luchasaurus. And he speaks
yeah,
on the match with Jack Perry coming up in his hometown, where he plans on beating him and retaining his title.
yeah.
The Grizzled Young veterans want revenge against Eddie and Ortiz for what happened during their match. And Eddie welcomes whatever
Yeah.
they think they want to bring.
And
And then
he's like, I thought I was done with him. They just keep coming
right.
back.
Well, I mean, some people are sore losers. And then this waste of time match that you knew who the winner was gonna be. It's like Jordan Oliver and Alex Price versus Davis and Doyle,
Oh God.
and then
Yeah.
Don Callis has stuff to say to FTR, and
hmm
Stokely
Stokely.
Stokely in his wheelchair, still wanting us to feel sorry for him.
hmm
Decides to let everybody know, like, whatever you hear Don Callis say, just believe the opposite. It'll
Yeah.
be easier on your brain. And so Darby, speaking of Darby,
Yeah. He brought Bam in there. I said, oh my God.
yeah, so he decided to go see somebody that was just as reckless as he is, and that is a friend of his. So he went to go see Bam,
hmm
and they recklessly damaged their bodies
Yeah.
on
On
uh,
skateboard.
trying to skateboard.
Yeah.
And that takes us to the TBS Championship with Julia Hart and Willow.
Mm.
That was a that was definitely a pretty good match. I was glad that nobody got involved. That upped how great the match was to me. The fact that nobody interfered.
Yeah.
So that takes us to the Rascals,
Oh,
um, which one of Trey just got re-signed to,
TNA.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna get a singles run.
Yeah.
So the
Because
Rascals are,
they signed them and then released them.
yeah. Um, so the Rascals like enjoying they enjoy their new room while discussing why the crew has an issue with them, and they decide to play rock, paper, scissors to see which two are going to face the crew.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Jamie Hayter and
Yes, I saw that on the Instagram. I was like, oh.
I thought Jamie Hayter was the one she was talking to
Mm-hmm.
because that that coat that coat she wears, I saw a little bit of
Yeah.
the fur. The camera didn't do a close up to like block out her coat.
Right.
And so now, how do you think that little alliance is going to go?
I think it'll go. I think it'll go cool.
And but you know it's not going to last, right?
No, of
As
course not.
soon as they get in line for who's gonna go after the women's world title, that's where it will all go to crap.
Mm, yeah.
So Andrade decides to has a message for all of AEW, but specifically for Swerve and MJF.
Yeah. He want that title. He coming. Swerving his way.
And that takes us to the main event, CMLL World Championship. Roderick Strong with Orange Cassidy and Claudio with Wheeler.
Mm-hmm.
Claudio wins.
Marks was on the commentary, right?
Yes, he was
Yeah.
on commentary, and he did not. He wasn't the one that interfered. It was that was Wheeler,
Yeah.
Wheeler, and by default Orange Cassidy. So,
Mm-hmm.
but for the most part, it was a great match. Ended
Yeah, it
with
was.
Claudio winning. And so, he may not get an AEW world title, but he can get anytime they want to give him another title run, they'll just give him something ROH or something
Yeah.
CMLL.
Yeah.
When will that grow tired?
I don't know. It probably already did for me.
Mm. So, what I was seeing that I didn't want to talk about until after we were completely done with talking about Collision was M. Gomez from SB Nation
Mm-hmm.
talking about the fact that in Gomez's opinion, why Cody is not going heel. It's like
Oh,
starts it off as barring a fan revolt of biblical proportions, Cody isn't turning heel. So then they start talking about everything that happened on everything that happened on Saturday night. Um,
he
and
need a he need a character. He needs to change in some capacity. If he's not gonna go heel, he just needs to, I guess, be in between. Because it's like he needs he needs a character change to me.
so they believe that because of Drew's involvement, that keeps it open. That keeps it open to him, even though he's a good guy that does and says bad things, he remains wrestling's white knight. and and then put if the public can't see through the cracks in his persona's facade, then you never will. Well, yeah, but the cracks in the facade is why we could see the heel turn coming. But the name of your story was he's never turning heel. We understand that they're dragging it out, but it's coming. However they decide to do it, it's
Mhm.
coming.
Yeah.
I also saw something that I decided to ask you about. Somebody made a post that I don't think I sent to you, but they were talking about potential New Day members, and I figured that it had something to do with Big E and just how he was. What would you think if Hobbs left AEW?
He did. I
Okay.
heard that he left. He signed with WWE, and he's supposed to go. His name is supposed to be Royce Keys. And I did see that picture with Kofi
Yeah,
with
where
and
he joined the
yeah,
New Day.
yeah,
Um, that wouldn't work though.
it wouldn't.
And the reason why that wouldn't work is because of it, his persona.
That's what I'm. That's exactly right. His personality, his persona is just. I
It
don't think it
it
would match.
him trying to be cheerful and joking like Big E was.
Yeah, it don't
No,
fit.
no, it
Yeah.
him being who he is perfectly fits. Now they could make a new click.
Yeah, we need another one of those.
Yeah, I know, right? Now, this click, which he would obviously be the leader, and I would need to see what they would do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Hobbs, Keanu Carver, Jasper Troy.
Hmm. Hmm. Maybe.
Um, yeah. So, let's see. So there was two more. I'll only do one, but there was two more of the articles that I saw that I wanted to talk about. I'll only do one. But it was I guess she did an interview and she explained uh why she liked, I don't know why they called them the Blackpool Combat Club, because they're Death Riders. Oh, okay. Apparently she did this interview before they became the Death Riders.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So she basically was talking about like why she joined the group. Uh she liked how authentic they were, and there was no overproduction or
And we're talking about Marina.
yeah,
Okay.
that's why she was comfortable joining them. Um she feels like she can be herself, her full
Yes.
self without anybody telling her like what to do, how to do it. Like this
Hmm.
click, you guys do what you want.
She was on Renee's little YouTube show,
Yeah, close
basically
up.
saying this. Yeah, basically saying the same exact thing.
Yeah, that's where Eric Mutter from Wrestling Inc. That's where he pulled it from.
Oh, okay, okay.
So yeah, so she wanted to not come to work and feel like she had to give up her soul.
Yeah.
So it's like she literally gets to she basically just gets to do what she wants in the exact way that she wants. I mean, who wouldn't want that? Come to work and work how you
Hmm.
want.
Right.
It's like, all right, so what do you want me to do? Okay, all right, I'll go ahead and I'll do that now.
Hmm. A husky that's
And
quiet, that's amazing.
she didn't want to turn into something that she wasn't.
Hmm.
And she feels like that would have made her a flash in the pan.
Right. Yeah.
And apparently she dropped a few F-bombs.
Yes, a lot of them. Turn that down.
So so yeah, which that also explains why everything has gone the way it's gone when it comes to the Death Riders.
Hmm.
And because you kind of look at it and it seems like really simple.
Yeah.
Everything seems really simple,
Hmm.
pretty straight to the point.
Right.
So, well, this has been another episode of Wrestling Kingdom. Dante Suave. This is Tasha Jones. Till next week, folks.
All right. Bye.
Freeze over like an avalanche. Bobby Drake with the link play in my battle stand.